Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Arsenio BJJ, and we are bringing you another BJJ breakdown rolling video. And this time, we're going to feature a white belt from the Logic BJJ team, and I want to talk a little bit about what my goals are in this role. Now, I know that he's a lower belt, and I don't want to go out there and completely just smash him and, call it a good round and not give him anything to work on or to, work on his defenses. So my goal in this role is to work on my timing and transitions in various dominant positions, and I'm going to give him opportunities to work on defense from different positions. So I want you guys to keep that in mind while you watch this breakdown video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So here we are, we're going to slap bump, and I'm going to kind of just fill him out, kind of walk him down and see what he wants to do. He's being very defensive right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cross collar grip right here. And grab the outside of the tricep, and he's going to sit to guard. Very good guard sit right there. I do an X pass, but I don't really commit to it. I kind of want to see what he's going to do from this open guard position. He tries to hook my ankle right there, but I step right out of that. He's got a grip on the lapel and a grip on the sleeve, and but I've got a grip on his pants, and he's kind of like trying to figure out where he should be gripping. Right here, he does a good job of getting that lasso in, but I snake my hand around the outside and kind of kill that lasso he had right there. I strip that grip with my left leg, and I immediately start putting pressure, and I backstep pass to pass his legs and pass his guard. But I'm not really committing to the guard pass until I wanted to give him a second to see if he could re-guard, but I end up settling into side control here. So again, I get up to my knee on belly, and I'm kind of working some chokes right here. I'm not really trying to apply it. I kind of want to see how his defenses are and what he plans on doing right there. He does a good job of swinging his legs over and inverting a little bit, but I end up standing back up and just passing the leg over. So here he's doing a good job of getting his guard right back in front of me. He kind of scooted his hips away to get his guard back in front of me. Right here, I'm kind of just messing around. I've got the grips on the sleeves right here, and I stuff his leg. And now I'm starting to work, again, the passing. He does a good job of the De La Hiva right here with his hand, but I break the De La Hiva grip and snake my hand under, grab his grip, strip that grip right there, and now the De La Hiva is pretty much negated. I make a mistake right there. I actually sat on the side of my ankle and kind of hurt myself a little bit, but he took advantage of that and tried to get the sweep, and then almost right here sets up a triangle. So he's doing a good job of working offensive opportunities when they arise. Right here, I just go ahead and do the folding pass, and then end up getting to his side right here and getting back on the knee on belly. And as you can see, I'm really focusing on transitioning to different positions right here. I get into the S mount from the knee on belly by shooting my leg over to the other side when he rolls into me, and I'm kind of really just working transitional switches and getting my timing well. So here I'm setting up the Ezekiel, and he's going to do a good job of I angle it up a little bit more than I should have right here, and he does a good job of stripping that grip over and stopping the Ezekiel choke. So here I'm in a mount position, and I immediately backstep back and get into a knee on belly. And I'm kind of just, like I said, I'm kind of just working dominant positions and getting my timing well. So here he's in a turtle position, and this is the thing about turtle position. If the person on your back is attacking your lower back like I'm doing right here, you don't need to turtle up in such a defensive position. He's doing a good job of keeping his hands close to his face, but that's only if someone's going for the choke. Right here, I'm really just going for the back take. So he would be better off turning, sitting his hip out and turning and squaring up his guard, because ultimately I wasn't even going for the choke. I was going for the back, and as you can see here, I'm doing a good job of getting that position. Now he's doing a good job of staying to his hide, but he exposes the arm, and I get a figure 4 grip on that arm right there, but he's got my leg trapped, and what he's trying to do is keep his weight heavy to his right side, but I'm pulling everything to his left side. So as you can see here, I'm going to be able to snake that leg out, and right here I'm not really trying to go for the arm bar. I'm kind of like crossing my legs, which is not what you should be doing, but I just want to give him an opportunity to work on his escapes. So as you can see here, he's going to do a good job of stopping my leg from coming over. He's doing a good job of that hand on the forehead defense right there. I'm going to try to scoop up both arms right here, and he's going to turn and expose his back, and I'm going to be able to get the back position right here. And as you can see, I'm going to keep that back position, kind of roll him back, and he's keep my hooks in, and he's doing a good job of defending the back right here. Here we are, I'm still on the back, and my head isn't glued to the back of his head, which is key for holding the back position. And as you can see, I'm going to transition right here to mount. And like I said, I'm kind of working my transitions and working my timing, and I'm going to immediately bail on the mount and go to knee on belly and kind of just keep the pressure heavy and allow him to work his defenses. He's trying to get me into a half guard right here, but I end up going back to mount, and that is the end of the roll. So that is the end of the roll, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching, and I just want to reiterate what I was going for. I was going for dominant positions and transitions in those positions, and I also wanted to allow him the opportunity to work on his defenses from dominant positions. I know a lot of the times when white belts and upper belts go to open mat, it's kind of like the upper belts just thrash the lower belts, and there's not really a big takeaway. But I always try to actively slow it down for the lower belts and allow them to work on their defenses, which allows me to work on my timing. I want them to be well-rounded in their defenses, and that's a testament to what I like to do. So that's what I wanted to demonstrate here a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, even though it wasn't as intense as some of my other rolls, but it's still, invaluable for white belts to roll with upper belts and also, work their defenses and understand that defense is gonna win you matches. If you can get out of things fast and you can get out of things consistently, it leads to you having more offensive capabilities. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.